In a world brimming with the extraordinary, it's easy to overlook the profound struggles hidden in plain sight. Picture a young boy named Oliver, the grandson of a powerful CEO who faced the immense challenge of not being able to walk. Despite the wealth and resources that surrounded him, the glimmer of hope for a solution seemed to fade away, leaving his family ensnared in a web of despair. What if the key to unlocking his potential did not lie in the hands of elite specialists, but instead emerged from the caring heart of a nanny? This is where our story begins, within the grand walls of a mansion, where silence often drowned out laughter, and a beautiful bond blossomed between a child and a compassionate caregiver against all odds. As Oliver battled feelings of isolation, his nanny, Margaret, became a beacon of hope, uncovering a remarkable truth that would change everything. What happens when love and determination collide with skepticism and fear? An unexpected discovery, a small, ornate key, transforms into a powerful symbol of change, igniting a journey that challenges the very foundations of the family's beliefs. As we delve into this heartwarming tale, we will witness the transformative power of connection and the profound impact of truly listening to one another. Have you ever contemplated how a simple act of kindness could lead to monumental change? Join us as we explore the extraordinary moments that redefine what is possible and reveal the hidden potential that lies within when we dare to look beyond societal expectations. This is not merely a story about a boy's struggle. It's a poignant reminder of the importance of compassion, understanding, and the incredible strength found in human connection. Stay with us as we uncover how one nanny's unwavering belief turned an impossible situation into a journey of hope and healing. In the expansive mansion, where echoes of laughter rarely filled the vast halls, Oliver carried the weight of expectations and neglect. As the grandson of a powerful CEO, his life was marked by a profound paradox. Surrounded by luxury, yet ensnared by limitations. The fact that Oliver could not walk cast a long shadow over the once bright hopes of his parents, who were often consumed by their ambitions, chasing deals and accolades that seemed to matter more than their son's emotional well-being. This neglect profoundly affected Oliver, leaving him feeling isolated in a world that seemed to overlook him entirely. Have you ever experienced a moment where, despite being surrounded by people, you felt invisible? For Oliver, each day served as a reminder of his solitude, compounded by the distance between him and his parents, who were physically present but emotionally absent. The mansion, with its wide corridors and empty rooms, became a backdrop for his unspoken struggles, a place where hope flickered dimly, waiting for a spark to ignite. Enter Margaret, the nanny, a compassionate figure who understood the unvoiced pain of a child yearning for connection. Having faced her own adversities in life, Margaret made a vow to make a difference for those who felt unheard. She quickly became a beacon of warmth amid the coldness of the mansion. Despite the formidable walls built by the family's neglect, she found ways to connect with Oliver, forging a bond that was both tender and transformative. Margaret noticed the small things that others overlooked, like the way Oliver's eyes lit up when she shared stories of adventure, or how he beamed with pride whenever he managed to move just a little more each day. These moments became the foundation of their relationship, a testament to the power of simple acts of kindness. What small gestures have you encountered that made a significant impact on your life? As days turned into weeks, the emotional neglect that Oliver experienced began to take its toll on his development. Research shows that children thrive in environments filled with love and encouragement, while neglect can lead to profound developmental delays and emotional scars. The disconnect between Oliver and his parents was palpable, weighing heavily on his spirit. Yet, in this atmosphere of emotional deprivation, Margaret sought to bridge the gap between the boy and his family, believing that even the smallest acts could lead to monumental changes. She understood that a child's sense of self-worth is often shaped by the attention and care they receive from the adults around them. The emotional neglect Oliver faced was not just about physical limitations, it was a profound lack of recognition of his needs, dreams, and desires. Margaret's determination to help Oliver grow met with resistance from the boy's parents, who remained entrenched in their belief that only renowned medical institutions could offer solutions. They dismissed her ideas, blinded by the fear of failure and societal expectations. It was a classic scenario where conventional wisdom overshadowed the potential for genuine connection. How many times have we seen brilliance overlooked simply because it didn't come from an expected source? In the mansion, tension simmered beneath the surface, echoing the clash between the parents' ambitions and Margaret's unwavering belief in Oliver's potential. They viewed her as merely an employee, someone who followed orders, rather than as a pivotal figure capable of changing their son's life. But Margaret refused to be deterred. She recognized that the real key to unlocking Oliver's potential lay not in expensive therapy sessions or advanced equipment, but in the bond they were nurturing. Their afternoons together became a joyful exploration of possibility, filled with laughter, storytelling, and, most importantly, belief. The ornate key Margaret discovered while playing with Oliver in the garden became a powerful symbol of their journey, a representation of hope and the promise of change. It was a small object, yet it held the weight of their shared dreams. The key became a metaphor for unlocking not just physical abilities, but emotional connections too. Have you ever found a symbol that represented something larger in your life? One day, with the shimmering key in hand, Margaret and Oliver stood at the threshold of transformation, ready to unlock a future filled with possibilities. As Margaret placed the small ornate key in Oliver's hand, she introduced a quiet yet significant intervention. She encouraged him to see the key not merely as an object, but as a symbol of unlocking the strength that resided within him. This simple yet powerful concept marked a turning point in their journey together. With gentle guidance, she led him through exercises that focused on self-belief rather than physical capability. The moment Oliver took his first step, time seemed to stand still. It was a miraculous act that defied the expectations that had long been placed upon him. Shock and disbelief filled the room, not only for Oliver, but for the entire household. His parents were faced with the reality of their son's transformation, which triggered a whirlwind of emotions, including denial and accusations. They grappled with reconciling this miracle with their previous beliefs, yet Margaret stood firm, ready to support them as they navigated this new reality. As the initial shock began to fade, Margaret initiated open conversations with the parents, sharing her insights about the emotional neglect that had inadvertently crept into their family dynamic. In these moments of reflection, the parents started to recognize their own shortcomings, confronting the systemic failures that had kept their son from flourishing. This journey was not just about Oliver learning to walk, it was about the family acknowledging their roles in his emotional development. The shift in their family dynamic was palpable, culminating in a public acknowledgement of Margaret's essential role and a heartfelt apology for their past neglect. This moment of reckoning underscored the importance of listening and understanding the emotional needs of those we love. In the aftermath of this transformative experience, Oliver's world began to blossom. The once lonely mansion transformed into a warm and inviting space, as the family learned to prioritize each other's emotional needs. The key, once a symbol of limitations, now represented the unlocking of potential, a reminder that genuine care and attention can profoundly change lives. The emotional impact of neglect was stark, but so too was the power of empathy and connection. Each small act of kindness and belief contributed to a larger narrative of healing that reverberated through the household. As we reflect on this inspiring tale, we are reminded that every voice deserves to be heard. Sometimes it is the most unexpected individuals who hold the keys to transformation. If you find inspiration in Oliver's journey, we invite you to share your thoughts or stories in the comments. Let's uplift one another in moments of silence and listen to the stories that truly matter. As the days turned into weeks, the bond between Oliver and his nanny deepened, blossoming into a partnership grounded in hope and creativity. The mansion, once a place of isolation, now brimmed with a new energy echoing with the boys' laughter, a sound that had been sorely missed. Margaret, with her intuitive understanding and unwavering faith in Oliver's potential, sought to create a reality where conventional limitations would not dictate their experiences. One sunny afternoon, while they played in the garden surrounded by vibrant blooms and the gentle rustling of leaves, Margaret began to weave the extraordinary into their daily routine. She recognized that Oliver's journey was not solely about physical healing. It was equally about nurturing his spirit and imagination. What if, she pondered, instead of fixating on what he couldn't do, they shifted their focus to what he could achieve? The small key had evolved into a symbol of this transformation, representing not only the unlocking of potential, but also the promise of new beginnings. As Margaret introduced imaginative play into their sessions, she encouraged Oliver to envision the key as a magical tool capable of opening doors to uncharted territories of his own capabilities. This playful approach empowered him, allowing him to reclaim agency over his body in ways he had never imagined possible. Have you ever considered how a simple shift in perspective can change everything? Each moment they spent together was filled with laughter and innovative exercises that blended play with purpose. They transformed the garden into an obstacle course, where Oliver could practice movement with Margaret's gentle support, guiding him through each task. Every small success was met with celebration, a stark contrast to the muted recognition he had previously received from his parents. Margaret's approach was unconventional indeed, but it was this very deviation from the norm that began to yield remarkable results. Oliver, once resigned to his limitations, started to feel sparks of excitement with each new movement, each step a testament to his growing determination. Yet the journey was not without its hurdles. The parents, still firmly entrenched in their belief that only renowned experts could provide the answers, expressed their concerns. They watched from a distance, their skepticism obvious as they questioned Margaret's methods. "Are you sure this is the right approach?" they would ask, their voices tinged with doubt. However, Margaret remained resolute, confident that healing could emerge from the most unexpected places. After all, she had witnessed the remarkable transformation occurring within Oliver. In the face of their skepticism, she chose to focus on the progress they were making. The boy's newfound enthusiasm was infectious, prompting her to encourage Oliver to share his feelings and excitement with his parents. "Let them see how far you've come," she urged him, aiming to bridge the gap between the child and his hesitant parents. This journey was about so much more than just movement. It was about creating a narrative of resilience and empowerment that would resonate throughout the family. One memorable afternoon, while demonstrating a new exercise, Oliver took a tentative step forward. To everyone's astonishment, he managed to balance himself without support for a brief moment. The room fell silent, filled with disbelief and awe. This pivotal moment marked not only a step forward in his physical journey, but also a profound shift in the hearts and minds of everyone present. The boy's eyes sparkled with a mix of surprise and pride, while the nanny's heart swelled with joy as he took those first tentative steps. It was a moment that seemed impossible just days before, yet here they were, witnessing a pivotal shift in their journey together. The parents, who had once viewed their son's limitations as insurmountable, were now faced with a reality that challenged everything they thought they knew about possibility. As days turned into weeks, the boy continued to astound everyone with his progress. The results of the nanny's unconventional methods began to manifest in ways that left the parents grappling with their own fears and doubts. They found themselves engaging in honest conversations, sharing their worries about the boy's future and their own feelings of inadequacy. In these moments of vulnerability, emotional walls began to crumble, paving the way for a new understanding to emerge. The nanny's commitment to the boy was not just about physical healing. It represented a broader lesson in compassion and human connection. Through their open dialogues, the family started to recognize the importance of each member's role in the boy's journey. The parents began to appreciate the unique insights the nanny brought to their lives, realizing that healing transcended medical expertise. They learned that true progress involved more than just physical ability. It encompassed emotional connection and spiritual nurturing. Have you ever had a moment where you suddenly realized the solution to a problem was right in front of you, but it took a change in perspective to finally see it? With this newfound awareness, the parents publicly acknowledged the nanny's contributions, expressing heartfelt gratitude for her unwavering support and deep belief in their son. They took the time to apologize for their previous neglect, recognizing that their ambitions had overshadowed their child's needs. This moment of reckoning served as a turning point for the family, highlighting the transformative power of unconventional methods in healing. The mansion, once filled with a heavy silence, now radiated warmth and connection as the family learned to listen to one another and prioritize their emotional needs. The boy's journey became about more than just overcoming physical limitations. It blossomed into a testament to the power of love, compassion, and the courage to embrace the extraordinary. The key that had once symbolized restriction now represented the unlocking of a world where possibilities seemed endless. As the family gathered together, sharing their stories and dreams, they came to understand that every voice deserved to be heard and every heart needed nurturing. The moral of this story resonates clearly. True care and attention can transform lives in ways we may never expect. If you found inspiration in this tale of resilience and hope, we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you wish to hear more stories of compassion and connection, subscribing to our channel will keep you updated with future reflections. As the days turned into weeks, the atmosphere within the grand mansion underwent a profound transformation. The once heavy silence that lingered like a thick fog was replaced with laughter and the sound of small footsteps echoing against the polished floors. The boy, once confined to his wheelchair, now found himself exploring the corners of his world with a renewed sense of adventure. The ornate key, which had previously been a simple curiosity, had evolved into a powerful symbol of the bond formed between him and his devoted Nanny. With each step he took, the key's significance deepened, reminding everyone in the household that compassion and connection could indeed unlock the most extraordinary possibilities. The parents, who had been initially skeptical, began to witness their son's transformation firsthand. They watched in awe as he gained confidence, taking more steps each day, his spirit ignited by the unwavering support of the nanny, who nurtured not only his physical strength, but also his emotional well-being. This was a pivotal moment for the family as they confronted the reality of their previous neglect. They had allowed their ambitions and societal expectations to overshadow the fundamental needs of their child. Have you ever felt that your own pursuits have distracted you from the things that matter most? It's a question many can relate to, especially when reflecting on family dynamics. In the midst of this awakening, the parents began to understand that their roles extended far beyond merely providing for their child's physical needs. They realized that emotional nurturing was just as crucial, if not more so. The boys' laughter and joy became mirrors reflecting their own fears and insecurities, compelling them to confront their shortcomings. The connection blossoming between the boy and his nanny served as a reminder that relationships within families require constant attention and care. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, but what if we pause just a moment to consider the emotional landscape of our loved ones? What if we chose to listen more intently, to connect more deeply? The public acknowledgement of the nanny's role in the boy's recovery was not merely a formality. It marked a significant turning point in the family's journey. The parents made a heartfelt apology, recognizing the invaluable presence of the nanny in their son's life. This act of humility opened the door for deeper conversations, allowing them to explore their feelings and fears more openly. The mansion, once filled with echoes of loneliness, transformed into a sanctuary of understanding and support. It's remarkable how vulnerability can reshape relationships, isn't it? When we allow ourselves to be honest about our struggles, we create space for others to do the same. As the boy continued to flourish, the family dynamics shifted significantly. The parents began to prioritize their time together, setting aside their ambitions to engage in meaningful conversations and activities as a family. They were no longer mere bystanders in their son's life. They became active participants, celebrating every small victory alongside him. The once ignored corners of the mansion buzzed with energy as the family played games, shared meals, and simply enjoyed each other's company. It's often in these simple moments that we find the greatest joy, reminding us of the bonds that truly matter. This journey of transformation, fueled by compassion, connection, and understanding, reshaped not only the boy's life, but also the hearts of everyone in the family. In the quiet corners of the mansion that once echoed with silence, a remarkable transformation unfolded. The journey of the CEO's grandson and his devoted nanny exemplifies how profound change can arise from the simplest acts of kindness. Have you ever paused to reflect on the little moments in your life that spark joy or shift your perspective. The boy's progress not only ignited his spirit, but also breathed new life into the nanny's purpose. She found fulfillment in her role, her initial vow to make a difference blossoming into a vibrant reality. The connection they nurtured became a two-way street, where empowerment flowed freely. As she tended to his growth, she rediscovered her passion for helping others, reinforcing the beautiful notion that compassion can enrich our lives in unexpected ways. The ornate key, which had fallen from a tree, became a cherished symbol, woven into the fabric of their lives. It reminded them of the extraordinary journey they embarked on together, a journey that transcended the physical limitations once placed upon the boy. Positioned in a place of honor within their home, the key served as a daily reminder of the power of belief, compassion, and the unbreakable bonds that unite us as a family. As we navigate our own lives, how often do we overlook the small tokens that symbolize our journeys? Perhaps we could all benefit from taking a moment to recognize the keys in our lives that unlock deeper connections with those we cherish. As the months passed, the mansion transformed from a space of isolation into a sanctuary filled with love and support. The boy's laughter now echoed through the halls, a testament to the life-altering power of compassion. His parents, once preoccupied with their own pursuits, began to attune themselves to their child's needs. They learned the importance of listening and engaging with him on a deeper level, realizing that true connection requires effort, understanding, and a willingness to be vulnerable. This journey wasn't just about the boy learning to walk. It was about the entire family learning to walk together, hand in hand through life's challenges. Ultimately, the moral of their story became clear. Genuine care and attention can transform lives. It serves as a reminder that every voice deserves to be heard, and every heart longs for connection. The journey began with a simple key, but blossomed into a profound lesson about the significance of compassion within family dynamics. As you reflect on this heartwarming tale, consider how you can foster deeper connections in your own life. What steps can you take to ensure that those you love feel seen and heard? If this story resonated with you, we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more inspiring narratives that celebrate the bonds that unite us all. In the heart of that grand mansion, where silence once echoed the struggles of a young boy, extraordinary change unfolded through the gentle hands of his devoted nanny. The boy, weighed down by expectations and limitations, had faced the world alone, his hopes dimmed by countless failed attempts and the indifference of his busy parents. Yet, amid the shadows of despair, the nanny's unwavering belief in him illuminated a path toward transformation. The discovery of that small ornate key opened not only a door to possibility, but also to the boy's spirit, unlocking potential that had long been hidden. Their bond deepened through shared moments of laughter and dreams, creating a sanctuary of understanding where the boy's aspirations could blossom. The nanny bravely ventured into uncharted territory, challenging the norms set by society and family. Her quiet intervention, rooted in compassion and creativity, sparked a miraculous moment when the boy took his first steps, a testament to the power of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. The disbelief and shock that followed from his parents were palpable, yet it was in this moment of reckoning that they began to confront their own shortcomings. The transformation was not solely physical. It was a revelation that compelled them to reassess their priorities and recognize the significance of emotional connection. The journey toward healing did not end there. The nanny's courage, combined with the boy's resilience, became catalysts for change within the family. A heartfelt apology from the parents restored the nanny's dignity and redefined their roles in their son's life. As the mansion began to resonate with warmth and laughter, they learned to truly listen to one another. The key, once a mere object, evolved into a profound symbol of unlocking the barriers that hinder us from reaching our full potential. As we reflect on this inspiring journey, let us remember the importance of compassion, understanding, and the willingness to challenge our beliefs for the sake of those we love. Every voice deserves to be heard, and every heart deserves the chance to thrive. The story of the CEO's grandson and his extraordinary nanny reminds us that sometimes the most profound transformations come from the simplest acts of kindness. As we part ways, consider how you might unlock the potential in those around you, be it through a kind word, a listening ear, or a shared moment of joy. Let this tale inspire you to foster connection and understanding in your own life, for in doing so, we can change the world, one small act at a time. If you found inspiration in this story, take a moment to share your thoughts or experiences, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales that celebrate hope and resilience.